Hi guys. I am super happy that you took time out of your Monday morning to come visit with Kristen and I and share some ideas. And I know that conference last month excited and sparked and ignited a lot of us. And so today we're just going to talk about maybe a couple things that we can do to build on that and kind of get our business back to where we want it to be, or get ready for the holidays, because as many of you know, what we're doing right now is going to build our calendar and get us set up for the holidays. And so having a new selling season will kind of get us in that mindset and get us going and get us that motivation. So Kristen and I have had the opportunity, Kristen Coy, which is on here with me, my co-host this morning. We have the best, the very best car rides. I feel bad for all of you that you don't get to ride in a car with us, because we have the very best car rides ever. We really spark and motivate and cheer each other on. And when I get to be passenger and she gets to be driver, it's even better, because that's where the magic happens. And I'm sure she will
Okay,
disagree
you
with.
guys, 99.9% of our car rides have always been me driving and her passenger. I mean, I think I've been passenger twice, just saying. Okay, keep going.
So when this happens, I don't know why we limit it to cars only, but that's just seems when we get the most work done. So we'll get in a car and Kristen will look over at me and say, okay, you need to have 4 bookings and 1 new recruit lead by the time we get to such and such point of the car trip. And I'm like, okay, challenge accepted. Let's do this. So conference was no different. We get in the car and we had another person riding with us. So poor little Angela got to be privy to one of our car rides. And I was in the back seat. I don't even know if she had even said anything about a challenge yet, but I was in the back seat and I
It was
said,
150 in orders and 2 bookings in 2 hours.
yeah, oh yeah, that's what it
150 in orders and 2 bookings.
Well, I think I got $118 order like within minutes of leaving, and I'm like, wow, I'm this is great. We're gonna be okay. And so then I looked at the consultant's corner and I said, hey, I've been out of the loop. Okay, so let me back up. I've been with Pampered Chef for 8.5 years. I'm not saying this to brag, but I had never missed a month. I fast tracked to director, and I had never ever missed one single month of not qualifying as director. I never like it was just a non-negotiable. It's never not been a thing. And for May and June, and I've never not earned excellence. I've earned excellence every single year of the business. And in May and June, I didn't hit director stats. And I was beside myself. Talk about a a chop at the knees. Not only that, my director didn't make it. And so I was being, I don't want to say demoted because that's such an ugly word, but I was going to lose my title as advanced director. And so my conference was my Hail Mary. Okay, this is either going to make me or this is going to break me. I'm either going to show up at conference and get my butt moving, or I'm going to show up at conference thinking, okay, maybe I'm just done. Maybe I don't have what it takes to lead a team. Maybe I don't. All the doubts were there, guys. Every doubt was there because I felt like a failure. I'd failed something that I had set as a non negotiable. Humbling is the huge uh, thing that I have learned from this. It very much humbled me. It let me see that other people get in that rut on our teams, and it's okay. It is okay. That self imposed goal that I had for myself is amazing, but it is okay that I did not meet it. The world did not end. Yeah, my commission check was not what I wanted it to be. And yes, I cried. And yes, things happen, but it is okay. It's what we do after a fall that matters. What are we going to do now? Yes, I had some things in my life that were going on then, but there is a reason that the rear view mirror is little and the windshield is big. We need to be looking ahead and just glance in that rear view mirror every once in a while to learn from those lessons. But so I get in the car and I'm in the back seat, and Kristen knew, I mean, she's an amazing director. I would She's not just my best friend. Pampered Chef is knew what I needed, and God knew what I needed in my life when He gave me Pampered Chef, because Kristen is that person that really is the biggest cheerleader for me. And I get in the back seat and I'm like, hey guys, what is this thing in Consultant's Corner? What is this leads list? I've been MIA for, obviously it didn't just happen the 2 months that I didn't meet my goals. It happened the 2 months before that, because you can coast a little bit when you're doing well. But and Kristen's like, oh yeah, it's a really amazing thing under reports. Just go there and it'll show you different leads for different things, and it has a filter. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to play with this. So I realized that I could go to this leads list and it would show me a plethora of people. First off, don't be embarrassed. Raise your hand if you have been to this leads list. Like, really thoroughly looked at this leads list. It is phenomenal. Not only was I not doing that for myself, I didn't teach my team. Even Angela in the car, that is a consultant that's only been a consultant less than a year, had leads in her leads list. She's like, oh, I have some of these. I have leads. I didn't know I had these leads. And I'm like, gosh, now I feel even worse because like I've dropped the ball. So I decided, when you go to your leads list, you can go into the person and it'll tell you why they're on your leads list. And you can send them a direct message straight from that leads list. You can go straight to their phone number, click on it with your cell phone, and send them a message. So I could send tailor-made messages. Hey, Gina, I see that you bought the Apple Ledger and, this in the past, and it's back to school month. It's a great time to host a back to school party to go with, the things you purchased in the past. I could tailor make this to these people. It shows if they have a $15 credit that they've not used yet. It shows if they have a kit credit. It shows what they've purchased. It shows the last time they hosted a party with you. It just has all this information right at your fingertips, like ready to go. So I started sending messages, and
I'm going
within
to pause you real quick. One of the things that I absolutely love about it, those of you who've not been on it, is it shows who's clicking on your emails. It tells you who clicks on your emails consistently. Those are your people who you need to follow up with purchasing or hosting. Like, hello, hello, hello. Those are the people who are opening your emails. That's great. Okay, sorry.
no, I love that too. I love that, it's got all this like a filing folder that's in front of us, but it's done for us and it's all right there. Um, so I thought I'm gonna just start sending some messages. So a few minutes later, I'm like, oh, I got a booking. Oh, I got another booking. And I met your, and then a little few minutes later, a lady's like, I need to order a blah blah blah. I think it was the avocado set, and I'm like, oh, okay, Kristen, challenge done. Like, this is within probably a half an hour of the road trip. I said,
Mhm.
I've got my two bookings and 150 in orders, and she's like, oh, are you still using that? Are you using the leads list? And I said, yeah, I'm using the leads list. I'm just
And
gonna
y'all, this is 9:30 in the morning. Just so
on,
y'all know. If
on a
y'all are
Thursday.
thinking about what time of day, this is 9:30 a.m.
On
Okay.
Thursday. Not even, this is a weekday. That's what shocked me, because I was like, wow, these people are really on it today in the middle of the week. People are responding. People were responding so quick. Um, so I just kind of kept going. And then I had one of them say, she had a $25 kit credit. And I said, "Hey, you have a $25 kit credit." And she said, "I think I want to join your team on Monday. I'm really busy this weekend." And I'm like, "Okay, how many times do we hear that? I'm really busy this weekend, but I think I'll join Monday." It's like my diet that always starts on Monday, or my exercise regimen, or my drinking water that you can't see any water around me right now at all. Like, it's Monday and their water is still in there. So I just assumed this lady was not going to join. I kid you not. I got 16 bookings and 2 recruits from the leads list. 100% from the leads list. It trickled in all through conference. I reached out to Kristen. How many do you remember?
had, you had 12 bookings, 250 in orders, 2 recruit leads in the 2.5 hour drive.
And
By
I
the time
reached
we
out
got
to,
up there, it
I
was
think,
200 messages
yeah.
that you sent. Yeah.
So just in that 2.5 hours, and it did take me pretty much all that 2.5 hours to reach out, because I was doing conversations and I was trying to tailor these messages, and I didn't want to come off spammy. I wanted to come off authentically Julie, like, this is me. Um, in doing that, I made my director goal. Um, Actually, I had my second best July that I've ever had. My first one was 2020, which doesn't really count because that was 2020. But um, and not only did that spark and ignited me, it sparked and ignited Angela. Angela was the consultant that came with us, that is somebody that's disabled and that didn't think she could do this business, and that still struggles with self-esteem and getting caught in that I'm not good enough to do this. And she got the $150 in orders. She got the 2 bookings on the way. She was excited and sparked by it. It was just a good reminder to me and to Kristen that we do these things on autopilot. We see a new tab and we click on it because we want to know what it is. Are we teaching our teams to do the same thing? And same with the stir. And we talked about that briefly before we hit record, how important it is to let people know all of these things that are at our fingertips and how easy they are to use them. When I did get to conference, I still had things trickling in throughout the weekend, more bookings, and those bookings have generated bookings now, and a couple of the parties are already done, and 2 consultants joined, and one is $100 from qualifying. And guess what that means, y'all? That means I'm on my way to Georgia. Like, I'm on my way to Savannah. This is what propels us to move ahead and move forward. So let's talk about the leads list and the things that you can do. Break it down. You can go in and you can filter it. So if you want to work on recruiting one day, you can work on filtering it to anybody that has a $25 or a $50 kit credit. If you want to work on orders that day because you're worried about your sales, you can filter it to those people that have that $15 credit from a purchase they've made, because those do expire. We want to make sure that they know the urgency of getting those orders in before that expires. If you're wanting to work on bookings, go back and look at people that have hosted parties with you before. And like I said, even Angela, that has not been a consultant for very long, was able to get on there and see the need for going to that leads list and be able to reach out to people. I gave her the verbiage to use. I gave her a picture, a graphic to use, and gave her the steps that she needed so that she could feel confident enough to make those connections with those people that she's already connected with once. I think that's the thing. Pampered Chef is not a one and done. People have wish lists, just like my Amazon wish list is huge. There's lots of things in my Amazon wish list right now. People have Pampered Chef wish lists that are the same way. Oh man, I really wish I could get that rapid prep mandolin. That's something I don't have right now, but I wish I had. Well, let's get, in the front of those people we've already connected with, because if you don't, somebody else is going to, you know. We just have to make sure that we're the ones offering that. So that's all I wanted to share with you, was get back in there, go make some contacts, do it straight from your phone. You don't have to be on the laptop to do it. You can directly message people. I will tell you, if you are using an iPhone, make sure you go into your settings and do not send from your iPhone account. Send as a regular text message. Or if you use Project Broadcast, you could do it that way as well. But I just want to let you know that turn off your iMessaging when you send out those kind of messages.
That's what I was going to ask because when from my phone, when I click the phone number, it wants to call. So
Oh,
how,
you scroll over a little bit and you can scroll over just a little bit and it says message. The little tiny bar, are you an iPhone?
I am. Oop, yes, I am. Okay, I'll play with it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll screenshot it and put it in the Monday morning how I do it.
Okay. Okay,
Also,
thanks.
I want to give you a couple other things. One, it will also let you know if somebody is an ideal person for like the Do Much Fun box, right? Because we want to definitely be sharing that for the next couple of weeks as we gear up for the new one, the taco one coming in September. So if they have bought kids items or back to school, like again, the apple wedger or the cut and seal or something like that, they might be um, an ideal customer for the Do Much Fun. So it will filter that for you. Also, uh, just give you a little bit more statistics of Julie, not only the bookings, but just a little bit of what happened. So going into conference, mid-month, she had just around 2,000 in sales. And so you all heard that she needed to like save her sales. Julie ended with just shy of 7,000 in sales in the month of July, but going into conference, like she only had one other booking at the time. So you can see that she had about $4,600 in sales that she created based on this lead sale, because those bookings, not only were some of them for August and September, I think you booked a half
Remember,
for September, right?
I, I
But
remember.
you were setting them up like right then and there in the car and over the weekend at conference and starting them right away. Like if somebody was like, "Yeah, let's go," she would say, "Awesome, can I go ahead and set up your party now?" And so, she was able to get them going. And since then, she's obviously booked. She's already off to a very successful August. She's going to easily surpass her sales this month. But one of the things that she did is she booked a home show as well. And some of you might have seen this going around with Angie Adams saying that she was doing the moo and margaritas. Well, Julie offered a home show to someone, moo and milkshakes. And let me tell you, she had a fantastic party this past week. Um, you had 18 people?
18 people in Muumuus and over, I think it's sitting at 600 or $1,600. She still has a couple orders out.
Yeah. And her person, listen to what her person said when Julie offered this party style to her.
Let me find it. First off, she canceled on me last month. This person did. She said things were just too rough right now because her mom was put on hospice, and she was kind of rude when she canceled. And I just took it as she's got a lot of things going with her mom. But I went ahead and reached out and asked her about the moo and milkshakes. I know she's a non-drinker. So I thought the milkshakes would be a great catch, even though you could do, I actually said moo and mocktails or moo and milkshakes, and she loved that. Um, she said in June, the end of June, she said, "I'm sorry, I don't," this was her rebuttal. "I don't have it in me right now to have my party. I'm having to see my mom pretty much every day now. I did ask some friends and they just snarled up their noses and said they didn't need anything. That's the problem with Pampered Chef. The products are so good. Once folks have what they need, they don't really want anything else. If my life slows down any, I'll promise I'll try and convince them and I'll let you know." So I could have just left that alone. That was kind of like, oh gosh, okay. So then I asked her about that and sent her a message. Hey girl, just following up. I wanted to let you know that we have some really fun things. And I know you talked about doing a home party, maybe a fun moo and mocktails or moo and milkshakes party would lighten the mood and help bring some laughter into your life, is what I said. And she said, okay, I'll let you know. And then she messaged me back and she said, do you have a PC blender? Because I could really do moo and milkshakes party August 1st. And I'm like, oh, okay. So not only did she just let me know, she let me know. And that message was sent during conference, the one when I was doing the leads list. She said, we could do things like with the M theme, mangoes and M&Ms, and we did. And then she sends me this and she said, you have no idea how you've lifted my spirits. You just gave me something to look forward to, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's such a great idea. So I could have given up. I could have been like, yeah, she's not going to do this. And instead, she had an amazing turnout. We took some great pictures. She raffled off a moo at the party to give to her friends. Everybody showed up in moo. She got a hole in hers. They were dancing. One of the ladies was 82 years old and she bought the air fryer. It was a great at full price. It was a great time, and everybody, her Facebook was blown up with all of the people talking about how much fun they had. So you never know what you're going to get when you do something like this.
I'm going to ask the question. What did you actually bring and do that was Pampered Chef?
Oh, great. I did the blender because I knew it was leaving. But you know what we made most of the milkshakes in? The manual food processor and the twist and chop. That's what we made most of the milkshake stuff in. We ground, I brought the air fryer and toasted coconut in the air fryer, real quick and easy. I brought the blender. They used it a little bit, not as much as they did that twist and chop and the manual food processor. We ground up the Oreos. We used the food chopper to ground up nuts. She had a lot of things there, so we were just pulling stuff out of her cupboards. I brought 2 small bags and the air fryer. That was the biggest haul. So it was real simple. The scrapers to get the food out. Oh, the silicone prep bowls. We melted caramel and chocolate in those. So it was just
Literally just milkshakes.
yeah, just milkshakes.
Yeah.
Just milkshakes and the toppings to go on them. Yeah, and it was at 6 o'clock, so you would have thought that people would have, expected dinner, but no. She had some chips out, some potato chips. That was it. So it was
A
good.
little salty, a little sweet.
Yeah, a little salty, a little sweet. I thought it was kind of an odd combo, but it was fun.
All right. So what questions do you have for Julie?
Back to school is happening right now, and so I want you guys to start thinking about those dough boxes and those fun ways, because we've been home with our kids all summer and they're driving us nuts. But once school starts, we're going to miss them and we're going to want to do some things. So these are good activities and things that we can do with our kids. Also, somebody at the moo and milkshakes party booked for September, and we're doing pizza and PJs. So we're going to do a pizza and PJs party. And just this kind of same group of women that are, well, I wanted this and I wanted that. So it'll be good.
Kind of like we used to do soups and slippers and, kind of bringing some back, things back. All of our heads are spinning. We're already trying to come up with some other ideas, aren't we? Yes, go ahead, Marion. Oh, you're muted.
All right, I hate to appear like a goober. I have seen the leads list, but I, at the moment, can't find it
It's under reports.
under
So
reports.
go to your Consultant's Corner and then scroll over to reports. And right when you hit reports, it's huge at the top. It says leads list.
All right. Thank you very much. I
You're very welcome.
appreciate that.
It took me a few minutes too, because it's not popped up at the top anymore like it was when it first came out. So yeah, I'm glad you asked that. You just go to
Thank you.
report, it's at the top.
I think
You're
it's only popped up the first time you enter Consultant's Corner that day. It's right
Oh,
there. And
Oh.
then it goes away, and then you have to find it under reports.
all right. I don't feel like such a goober anymore.
You should never feel like a goober.
And
The teacher
also,
me says there's no silly questions.
Okay.
And also, I've noticed, just so you know, that it changes periodically. So I don't know how often they change it. I haven't caught wind of that. If somebody knows, please enlighten me. But like today might be a little bit different than in 2 or 3 days. So you might have a new person on there that you didn't have that pops up in a couple of days. So just, maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks as you're going through it, because some of you are going to have some really big lists with as many contacts as you have. Some of you are going to have a lot to work through. Others of you, maybe not so much, but some of you, it may pop up and it'll take you a little while to work through it. So some of you might need to do it every couple of days or once a week or whatever, just to kind of work through it, depending on how you're categorizing it.
Also, give you a heads up. If you don't have very many leads, I wanted to offer us a little bit of advice. Go to that leads list and see what their lead is. Go search them on Facebook or search where they've ordered from, whose party, and see who else was in that party, or go back to that party. Because if you don't have a very big leads list, it means you're probably kind of newer. And so go back to that party. You can regurgitate and pick the meat off the bones of these old parties. Once they're done, they're not done. That you still have that plethora of guests that were in that party, and maybe Gina didn't have the money to buy then or the means to book a party then, but she may be in a different spot in her life now where she does want to book or host or order. So go, if that leads list is short, go back to find out where you got that customer from and go back into that party and see if there's anybody else that maybe you could contact or reach out to.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I think Kristen had mentioned that you can see who opens emails. How do you find that or view that?
It will actually tell you under the person. So like this one, I'll show you. This one says hosted 2 times with Pampered Chef, regularly opens and clicks their emails.
So you have to click into the person to see that?
Nope. It's right below it. So right below their name, it will actually, it'll give you like a blue teal color box. And then if it'll be yellow for Kids Club. So blue teal will say like, maybe potential new consultant or hosted a couple of times or regularly clicked into it, or it'll say has a wish list, high value customers, has spent over $1,000 with you. For instance, like I have one, her name's Deborah. I know it's a glare, it's weird, I can't do it. She's got 2 boxes, and her 2 boxes say potential new consultant, hosted 1 time with Pampered Chef, has a wish list, high valued customer, has spent over $1,000+ with you. Kids Club, she's purchased the gingerbread bake and build box, she's purchased the cut and seal, and she's purchased the cookie cutter set. So, I mean, it's very specific on what these people have done. So, and it will tell you the last time they ordered, and it will tell you the last time they hosted as well.
It's amazing. I found Cindy Tokley at conference and told her, because we've remained really good friends. And so I said, hey, I want to tell you something. Whoever did this leads list, it is amazing. Like it is, I'm getting bookings. And she actually brought me over to the gentleman that this is his baby. And I got to meet him, and he was like, this is so exciting. Thank you so much for the feedback. So it was pretty cool to, to let him know that, hey, this was good. It's working. Keep going. We need to make sure we're doing that. they need to hear the praise. So, but we are right at 10:30. Does anybody have any questions?
I have one final question for you, Julie. When
Yes.
it comes to the wording, everybody gets hung up on wording. So I know I will be asked, did you use the wording as home office provided outside of tweaking it a smidge, or did you completely redo it to have your own wording?
I redid it to have my own wording. I am very much a firm believer of short, sweet, and to the point. So it was very, if I, and to the point, meaning if I'm asking you, if I think my goal today is that I want you to book a party with me, I'm going to be really quick to get to that point. If my goal today is for you, I need the sales, I'm going to be really quick to get to the point of that. So I make, I'm not real wordy. And I use emojis and usually a graphic with my picture, and the graphic will have what I'm also portraying that I'm wanting. You know, use your graphic because it is proven that people will see something. Oh, stop. I want to see what's that picture? What does that say? They'll look at that a lot of times quicker than they'll read my words. So sometimes it's just, hey girl, it's been a while since we partied together. Are you ready to get a Pampered Chef party started with me? And that's it. No frills, no nothing. I let the graphic tell what the host rewards are, and I'm really quick and to the point.
Which is of huge value because people are fast these days. And if we ever thought that they skimmed before, it's worse now. So thank you. So I can relay that information.
You're welcome.
Yeah, don't be afraid to add a picture because I think that that is super key. Like Julie said, she'll send a graphic with her picture on it, but it'll be like of the current host special and then the consultant kit, like she'll have like both of them on there. Or whatever she's looking for. Because somebody will stop and they'll look at the picture. How many times are you guilty? You'll look at a picture before you even look at the wording, right? Before you even look at what the message is, you want to see what the picture is. So, and then if the picture intrigues you, then you'll look at the words. So, don't be afraid to send a picture as well. Marie,
Okay.
I think you've tried to say something like 2 or 3 times.
Question was, is there any way to get somebody off the leads list? Like, I have a elderly gentleman that is like my husband's boss, and he buys from me several times, but he will never host a show, you know, but I just didn't know if there's any way to delete him and say, this is not really a lead.
No, I think it just sits there, and the leads list is really for you. So I mean, if you know that, then you just leave it. I mean, the only way that I know how to remove people is deleting them out of your contacts, and you're not going to want to do that because you're going to want them to still be able probably
Right.
get your email or have their information if he wants to order. So
And these
I chuckled when I saw him on my should host. He's a good customer, and I'm like, you don't know who this is.
yeah.
We did I know at conference I spoke to the man too that developed this, and we told him that it would be nice if there was like a box where we could check it off to remove them from the list because we're not going to reach out for whatever particular reasons.
Yeah. Or kind of like those of us who've been around for a while when we had the I don't even remember what it was, the CD that we had before the online thing where you could write notes beside of it. Like if we had a little box where we could write notes and we could say like we contacted this person on this date, or this person is a no contact, or this person is a, you know what I'm saying? That would be great. I have like a little area where we could type.
Carrie, I saw your question, and yes, they do stay on your leads list because I went back to them later on, and you can just filter them all different ways. And some of them were filtered like they were on my leads list. I'm like, oh, that person's on here a couple times, and then I realized no, I had it filtered that way. So yes, they stay on your leads list. Any other questions?
That's what I'm saying. If we had like a little area where we could say we've already contacted them or like we reached out or whatever, that would be great. So
this was really helpful, you know? The more you learn, the more you can earn.
Yes.
now let's go book a great fall. Julie and I are going to get off this call and she's going to tell me, now work it, Kristen.
Now work it, work it.
So, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We will see you in a couple of weeks. Go have fun and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.